If you're looking to host an event, then you need to take a look at a plugin called EventPrime. There's a free and a premium version. So to install the free version, head over to WordPress, do a search for EventPrime, and this is the plugin that you're looking for. The great thing about the plugin is that when you install and activate, the plugin will create all the pages you need in your WordPress installation to display the event information. So with that in place and the plugin activated, the next step is to head over to EventPrime and have a look at just how easy it is to set up an event. So here we are heading over to the EventPrime plugin. And what you'll notice is that when the EventPrime loads for the first time, you'll be met with a calendar view. And this is where you will be able to create events straight from the calendar. So there are two ways to do it. The one way would be to go to Add New, and here you would select the date, times, and the type of event. The other way of doing it is to actually scroll down to a date, select the date, and you'll see that the EventPrime calendar settings will appear. And if you'd like to go to the next month, very easy. You can just head on over to the next month, select a date, and set up your event. So that's what we're going to do. So what we'll do is we'll head over to the 3rd of September and we'll change our start time from 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll head over to the 2 time, make sure that you're on the same date, and we'll set the 2 time to 2 o'clock and done. So there we have our calendar dates in place. In this case, it's not an all-day event, but it could be. We will enable bookings because we do want people to book. And this was just a notification to let you know that the event bookings will close once the event begins, and that you can also set booking dates specific to this event in settings as well. So just a nice, good need to know. And then you can also configure payments. So if you want to take payments for an event, that is also an option. And here you then have a setting for active, unpublished, or draft. So if you're happy with your event, you can make it active. In this case, we'll make it active from the beginning. Though in live site, you might want to set some other settings before making it live. So I didn't put an event, so we'll call this a demo event, and this is where you would enter the name of the event at the top. There's our demo event, and we'll save that. So now we've installed the plugin and we've created our first event. If you want to have a look at that event on the website, I'll quickly show you. We'll head over to the pages, and you'll see that the pages have been created for the plugin. And for example, you'll see booking, you'll see things like event sites and location, event types, events. So let's go and have a look at our events page now that we've created our first event. And you'll see that on the front end of the website, immediately met with a very nice calendar view, and you can see that our event is set for the 3rd of September, and essentially I can go in now and make a booking. So I could select book now and follow the booking process. There we have it. So I would then be able to put in my number of tickets I want. It's for the demo event, and this is how much it is for booking. And I can also enter my name as an attendee. So the booking system is essentially in place, but what I can also do is select the event and then go and have a look at the event page. Now we haven't uploaded an image for the event, so that could be the event page, and then we have the date and time, booking starts, booking ends, the location information would appear here, and once again I can select book now to make a booking. The booking process is very easy. We would select book now. The booking system loads, And once loaded, so I will select one, and attendee name I will put in as number 1, and I'll proceed. Right, so there's the attendee information, confirmation, and then I'll proceed. Right, so there we are. Congratulations, your booking has been confirmed. That's the demo event, and if I want to view the details, I can click on View Details, and there's a brief summary of the booking. So the booking has been completed. Now, let's head back to the user profile page here. And you'll see now that on my user profile page, I have my demo event, the other events, directions, no locations are set as yet, any transactions I might have made, and then I have some account information, and I can also edit my profile. So this is because I'm logged into the website, that I can get this information. But if I was a guest user visiting the website, what would that look like? So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the event. So go to My Events, Demo Event, and here's the event. And I know that the calendar is on the events page. So what we'll do is we'll just have a look and see what happens when a guest visits the page. Now bear in mind, we've already set up the event. People can go along to our site and make a booking. So let's close. So as you can see here, I'm on my events page, and there is the event. I'm going to click on that event. Same event details. I'm now going to register for a booking. Bear in mind that I'm not logged in. So this is now the register page. This is where I'm going to create my online profile so that I can view my booking. So in this case, I'm going to go demo user email demo at .com, phone number. Now we'll register, and you'll see that I have successfully registered, and I should check my email and log in. So that's what I'm going to do. The first email I'm going to show you, this is the email to the website administration to say that new user demo at has registered. And then we're going to have a look at the email that went to the customer. And this is the email that went to the customer. Hello, username, and has created a password for the user to log in. So I will copy that information. So it was demo at .com, and the password which we've been given, and login. So bear in mind, I'm still following the registration process for the event. Right, here we have then my events, my profile view, and as you can see, nothing at the moment, and under my events, also nothing yet, directions, transactions, no transactions. So we'll now head back to the events page. So I know right, so I'm going to scroll down to that event, and I'm going to book now. So we're heading over to the booking session. I'm now logged in. I'm going to do one ticket. I'm going to put in my name as demo user. going to proceed to the next step. Right, that's me, that's the total due, and I will proceed then to the final step. Once complete, on the final step, you'll see that I am now confirmed as somebody attending the event, and that's the time and the date of the event. And if I want to know more, I can look at the details, and it'll just give me a brief summary here: booking ID, number of attendees, total price, booking status completed. Right, so that is the confirmation of the booking, and if I want to find out more about that event, if I've forgotten something about it, I can go to my bookings, and I can also get the details from there. Right, so let's head back to the setup so that we can create a few more settings for the event. So here we did a very basic, straight off the bat installation and event. What we can do now is start to make it a little bit more interesting. So we can then start selecting a site for the event. This information then we can select when we're editing events and apply it to more than one event. So this will be a global repository for all the venues that you might have for your events. Here we'll call that event venue 1 or demo venue. Here you can put in a description of your event. You can also get creative and add additional images. So let's just go in and add a picture. Right, so we have a picture coming in. And the editing here would work in the standard way. So we can click on the image, change the size, change the position, all the normal things. Scroll down a bit and we can now put in the address. So for the Empire State Building, and we can then put in when the event site was open to the public, some historical information. So 17th of March 1930. So let's go. That's when the event was established. The seating type. So here we can select a seating type. We'll have a look at that in more detail. The operator, and this will be demo code. And then if there's a Facebook page, we can also select images for a gallery. So let's just have a look at some images. They're not of the Empire State Building, but you'll see that the images uploaded one at a time. Right, so we've chosen some images for our event. And we'll save that information. Right, we'll then be redirected back to the plugin. So if there's an issue with any of the information and the questionnaire, the form stays on the page, then there's something that needs to be updated. So here we have the event information, and we also have an option to put a short code on a page, should we wish to, and then dedicate that page to that venue. We'll also add a performer. So performers, events, attendees work in a similar way. And performers would be, it could be speaker names, band names, whoever is going to be performing at the event. And once again, it's a global setting, so you can select the same person for more than one event. In this case, we'll call it a person, demo presenter, their role, maybe they're a comedian. We can upload a cover image. So let's put up an image for the comedian. Here we can put in a description. Display on list of performers, absolutely, and save. So once again, we'll be redirected back to the plugin. And we've now set up the location. We've set up a performer. Attendees will be people who attend, so we'll be setting that up later. The one thing that we still need to do is an event type. So let's add a new type of event. Add new. Event type. We can set a color, so we'll just go with that green. Age group, all ages, but parental guidance, or we can even enter a custom age group, and using that slider, we can select an age group. So let's create an age group, and right, so we'll just put that in there so we can identify it on the page. We'll hit save. And that'll take us back to the plugin. Right, so we've had a look at all that. So with that information installed, let's just have a look at what we can now do to our event in terms of settings, now that we've set that up. So we head back to events. I'm going to scroll down to the event, and I'm going to, in this case, what we'll do is we'll head over to the dashboard for the event. So this is the interface that you can use then to edit your event further. So let's go and have a look at event settings. So here we have event, demo event. Now we can enter an event type. So we'll do demo event type. We'll add a description of the event. We'll upload a feature gallery, a feature image. So this could well be the logo. We can then also upload a gallery. Let's choose. Right, so we've chosen some images. Those are the dates and times that we set with the initial setup. Here we can set the booking date start and end if we wanted to bracket it between certain days before the event. Once again, here we can set up the booking price. We can hide the booking status if we wanted to. We can allow cancellations. So let's allow cancellation. We've enabled attendee name, so we can get the name of the attendees. We can also show attendee names if we so wanted, so everybody could see who else was attending. We can also enable a custom link if we wanted to. So in this case, though, we're not looking for a custom link. Event registration form, we're going to go with the default form, but there are options here to select additional forms. It's not an all-day event. There is an events calendar widget, but we're not using that. We wouldn't hide it on there. And then hide from events directory. We're not hiding it from the events directory. And what we'll do is we will add a special note. And the status is active, and we'll save. So now if we go and have a look at our event, we'll refresh the page. We'll head over. You'll see now that we have a event. The event type, we chose the color green. So you'll see that that is now the color that the event has changed to. We can click on that, and now we'll see the information that we uploaded has been added to our event. So there you can see the background image for the event. Here we have some special information. That was the age group, and then also the special note. We have the event details, the description of the event, and then some photos that your customers can view of the event, and we still need to enter location. The standard information appears here, and of course I can also, using the iCal export, add it to my calendar so I can view it on my devices or computer without having to manually insert it into my diary. So let's head back to the editing, and what we'll do now is we're going to go and look at the location for the event. And this is where I can select the event from my global library of events, of locations. And I can also enter the capacity. So let's say there's 100 people that can attend this event in that venue. Once again, after saving, redirect it back to the plugin. I can here select my performers, and this event has performers, and here are the performers that we entered, and by holding down the control key or the shift key, I can select more than one performer. So we're just looking at the demo presenter. There's no match here that we're looking at between performers. Saved and redirected back. We can now also go and select the organizer. So if you have a person designated for organizing a specific event, once again, we will select this from our centralized library of people. We're going to use the organizer. We can add a phone, we can add an email. So let's add a phone number. We can add an email address. Let's do that. And we can add a website. And we can also choose to hide the organizer details. In this case, we'd like to keep them visible. So once again, after saving, we'll be redirected back to our plugin, and then any social integrations that we might have. So if you do have a Facebook page that you would like to link to the event, this is where you can do that. We won't be adding one in this session. Right, so that's the social integrations, and we haven't even had a look yet at the global settings, but we did add event types in the global settings. We did add the locations, we did add performers, and attendees will come from the event. And you'll see that there's this plus button here. If I click on the plus button, it just highlights some of the other features that are available if I was to go over to the premium version. So there we have a ticket manager to create customizable tickets. Here we have live seating. Here, for example, in a venue, you could allocate seats for people to book, so they would sit in a specific seat. You can then insert information of an event sponsor and also add recurring events. In our case, though, we won't be looking at any of those features. Here you can see the people who have registered for the event. And on the right-hand side, you can see that there is a shortcode that I can use if I wanted to put this event on a different page. So I can use the shortcode, or I can leave it at the default, which it is now. And that's just the start date for the event and the time. So let's go back to the event and let's refresh the page. Now that we've added a bit more information, and see what the user will see now. So as you can see, a lot more information. You can see the date and time, but now you'll see that the booking status shows that 2 of 100 seats have been booked. It also gives the location. It tells you when the booking starts, when the booking ends, and it also has the organizer details, and I can also contact the organizer straight from that information. Down below now, this hasn't changed, but we do have a demo presenter. So we can see the presenter attending. And if I was to click on that presenter's profile, open up in a new tab, and here I can see the presenter's information. So this would be their biography, and also it would be the events that they are performing at. And then of course it has the book now button. So if I like this information, I can go straight to booking from this interface. I don't have to go back to the events page. And I can also go and have a look at the venue by selecting the icon, opens in a new tab, and here I can see the event information. So when it was established, that little summary, the type, it's going to be a standing event, and the coordinator is the demo coordinator. I can also click on here to get directions, which will take me through to Google Maps. Then I have a description of the event. That was the image that we uploaded. We also just uploaded the text, which was description. So that would be maybe a description in more detail. And then we also once again have the gallery. You can click on the images for the event. And if I like the venue, once again, I can go back to the event here, or I can book now. As this opened in a new tab, I'm just going to close it. And that gives us a nice summary of the event. That's where we put in the description of the event, and I can click on that button. And once again, it'll take me through to the venue. Right, so that gives, I think, a lot of information. This can be used for events, for company events, for outside events. So let's head back to our settings, and let's go back to the EventPrime. And just have a look at one or two other important things. So let's go to the global settings page. And here you'll see that you can do a little bit more customization than you did before. The first one that you have here would be the email notifications. And you'll see that this is the email that was sent through. And here you can include more information and change the layout of what the customer will receive. And if your booking is pending, the information about the event, the price, the pending, and then the booking confirmation email once your booking is confirmed. And if you wanted to set a new password, reset the password, the refund email, event submitted. If you have allowed for other people or other visitors, users to your website to submit an event to be considered, to be put on your calendar, external users can submit an event. and then the event approved to say, yes, we are going to approve your event to be visible on our calendar. So all the information can be set, all the email templates in one page. Then we have payments. So here we have PayPal, Stripe, and you'll see that when it comes to Stripe, you would need to go to the Prime, but on PayPal, you can set up paid events just by configuring the PayPal email address, or you can also then go with an offline payment, and here you can set the different currencies. So very easy to set up the payment option if you're using PayPal. Then we have some external integrations. So if you have a Google Maps API key, that will ensure that your Google Maps display correctly. You can allow for social sharing, and there would be the Facebook API key to allow for sharing, and then the Google Calendar sharing. And once again, a calendar ID and an API key. So you can then list all your events within the Google Calendar. Let's go back to the settings area. And here we can see the default pages. So these are the pages that are created when the plugin is installed. Performers page, performers, events, and you can see what they are. And of course, if you want to change them, simply select and choose a different page, and then just make sure that the page is set up correctly for the plugin. Then we have some regular settings. So hide past events from the events directory. You don't want people to see, and sometimes you do want people to see what happened in the past. We have the default calendar view, month, week, day, card, and list, and we're going to just leave that on the month view. Disable the event filter options on the front end. So these were the event filter options. They look like this. So if you didn't want this to appear, you could then disable that from appearing. Hide bookings of past months, the time format, either the 12-hour or a 24-hour, and enable default calendar date. And then of course we have some custom CSS. If you'd like to add some custom styling, you can add that there. And then you've got the front end submission option if you're going to allow users on your website to submit an event. So if we want to have a look at the default page for that, submit event page is on the submit event page on the front end. So if we go back to the settings area, so those are the global settings that you can set on the website. And if you're not sure what shortcodes to use on your pages, you can look at the publish shortcodes. And here you can see the different shortcodes for the plugin and the kind of information that's going to be rendered on the front end. So that gives you a good idea of just what's possible, and because you can access these shortcodes, it's nice, quick, and easy to manage what's going on. We also have an option to go and look at some extensions. In the extensions, what's nice is that there you can do the live seating. You also then are able to include some event analytics, give you a nice overview of what's the data on the event for reporting purposes. Of course, you can have the event sponsor. You also have the option to integrate Stripe payments. You can allow for offline payments. You have the recurring events, and of course then also the attendee list. So that's just a brief overview of what's available with EventPrime, but as you can see, it's a very easy to use plugin, and straight off the bat in the free version you can set up events for yourself. You can make them for company use in a private logged in area, or you can make them public for users to attend, and you can even go as far as allowing users to submit event information for inclusion on your calendar. So I hope you enjoyed that overview. Thank you for watching.